This is Dustin with Gas House Radio.
This is Carl from Magnificent Birds of Prey.
Hi, I'm Laura Cheadle.
Hey, I'm Roberto Chavez from East of the West.
My name's Eric. We're with the Bosom Band.
Hi, I'm Daniel Michael Anthony Minutolo. Everybody knows me as Dan Michael.
Hi, I'm Monica Lynn Chase. I am the lead singer in Bosom Band.
Hi, I'm Nina Kelly Rump from the legendary Dobbs. People call me Mama Dobbs, and you are watching the UTS Network.
Welcome to Season 2 of Under the Scope. Hi, I'm Chuck, and tonight we start our new season off with one of the original music scene's most known venues in Philadelphia. This is their story about the legendary Dobbs, but it's the experience that makes this story all the more interesting.
I just wanted to get a little bit more control, and when I had one particularly difficult situation happen where I had a national act booked, I paid a deposit down, and then the venue basically closed down doing any kind of live events anymore and totally shifted their focus, and I had to quick find another venue. And so I said, I wonder what it would take to just buy my own club.
Nina Kelly Rump, aka Mama Dobbs, decided to pursue the idea and came across a listing that caught her eye.
And I found a description that I knew was the legendary Dobbs because my husband's a musician. So, you know, if you're a musician in the Philly area, you know of the legendary Dobbs. So it didn't take much for me to figure it out from the description that that's what I was looking at. And so then we kind of got real about it.
So real that they began the process of trying to purchase the club. And in February 2014, Nina and Gary became partners with Hesh. And the journey continues in one of Philadelphia's musical treasures.
Dobbs was a bar that was more or less established for musicians to come in and meet each other, hang out here, enjoy each other's company, and that was what it really, that's what drew all the people into Dobbs, that the musicians all came to support themselves.
That love of music and fellowship of musicians is one of the many things that makes up the Dobbs Experience.
The original idea was to produce a scene that will work for Dobbs. Dobbs has its own entity. We're just like in the background keeping it going. There's spirits in here, there are vibes in here that are fingerprints of musicians that I can't tell you how many you've read about it, you know about it, that have used that stage and put a presence on that stage that when certain musicians come here and they go on that stage, they feel something. It's different that if they stand here or when they stand there. When they stand there, they feel something going on, and there's a vortex of energy that just is solid, and a lot of musicians come for that energy. They can feel it.
That energy is what brings musicians from all over to the small South Philadelphia venue. And once they play here, they will forever become part of it.
I was here when Pearl Jam, I was here for Nirvana, I was here for Bo Diddley, I was here for Green Day, I was here for whoever was here. It was like the same type of scene that's happening now happened 30 years ago. The spirit of the place is still going. The age has changed. The people who were 30 years ago are now the same spirit now, trying to just enjoy themselves, have a good time, and this is the place to do it. I've been to other clubs. It's there, but not like Dobbs. Dobbs has its own vibe, its own, everybody that works here, comes here, they feel something. And if they don't feel it, go to where you feel it. But this place is the place. Dobbs will always, for as long as I'm here, and these guys are here, we'll make it people feel when they come here that this is the place to be.
The Dobbs Experience is something unique, and it creates a family of music lovers from all different genres. Now, not all the people who perform here will become famous, but each performer leaves their mark on this famous stage. But it's not just the bands that are attracted to the Dobbs.
I would say how personal it is. You know, like, I've only been here for a couple months, and people already know me from, you know, the small time I have been here. They come in. There's a good regular crowd of musicians who are here, who do events and come in for the open mic nights and stuff like that. And I just really like that feel, kind of family feel to it that it has.
The feeling of family, the most. A lot of us don't have families, so when we come here, we have a family. To me, that's the biggest thing. And I'm going to get upset about it already. But yeah, definitely family. forgiveness, patience, all that stuff comes into play.
And that family feeling brings a responsibility to help bands be their best, and it starts with some advice from the staff.
Come on a Wednesday night or a Tuesday night. You can sign up. It's free. You can play with all these different people. If you're lucky enough, you can start a band with people that you meet here. You know, you might need a bass player. So the rest of the band comes out and they see a guy playing bass and they go, "Oh, he's pretty cool. We should talk to him." That's how we found our singer from my band. Our singer left. We were hurting, and we just found this kid, and boom. Next thing you know, you have a band and you're ready to go.
Be yourself. Be the best you possibly can be when you're playing.
For me personally, I think I enjoy modesty and people being humble. So I think come in, don't ever think too highly of yourself, but still be confident. So come in, act like you're a regular person, hang out with everybody, play your show, support the other bands.
Promote yourself. Promotion is key. The more promotion you do, the more people you're going to get at your shows. The more.
Get everybody's information, put your information out there as much as possible, flyer, exchange Facebooks and numbers or emails, and just try to be as personal as possible.
You do the humble thing, be cool. Don't brag on yourself, I'm this, I'm that, because everyone's this and that. Just be you, and this place will take care of the rest pretty much.
And the idea is that when musicians play here, they shouldn't have to worry about whether or not they're going to sound well, gear issues and whatever. We know how to shuffle them in, get their gear stored away. We have full back lines, so they're not trudging in all this stuff and having nowhere to put it, so that the musicians can just focus on playing and having fun. And I think that really lends itself to the crowd also feeling that positive energy from the band. If the band's worried about whether or not they can hear themselves, they're not going to have fun. They're going to not feel confident. Even though the audience may not notice, the band members notice. And so it's really important that they've got great sound, that they've got good gear that they're playing on in our back line, and that they can feel confident when they're playing and that they have fun. We have to treat them respectfully. They're not just a commodity here. They are why we're here.
The Dobbs Experience can sometimes be seen as being too good to be true. But in reality, it's the experience that's made by the people who work there, as well as the memories and the stories that are told about this amazing venue. From everybody at Under the Scope, thanks for watching, and good night.